Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tony'sPicks.com. We're joined by Tim Irwin. We're going to look at the NBA playoff games here, Friday's action. Tim having a great NBA season this year. Tim, what's happening?
Oh, I'm doing good, boss. How you doing, man?
Doing awesome, doing awesome. We're always looking forward to talking to you again. Here is we're going to look at the couple of NBA games here, some exciting games here for action on Friday. So let's go ahead and let's get underway here with our segment here. We're joined by Tim Irwin. You'll find him over at Tony'sPicks.com. Well, for starters here, we got a great one here. 1-1 series on ESPN. Celtics at the 76ers. We're seeing that Boston here late about 1.5. The total sits here at 214.5.
Yeah. For Game 3, Celtics Philly. Some good betting trends for this game. I've been doing some research. Boston, when they score more than 111 points per game, they're 33-20 against the spread this year. And Celtics have the fourth ranked NBA scoring defense or offense this year, while the Sixers have the third. They're allowing the third fewest points per game in the league. It's gonna be tough. And then you got Philly, who has got the 14th ranked offense in the NBA, while Boston's defense is ranked fourth in the leagues. And I think this total is just a little high because Boston is averaging 117 points per game this year, which is, if you look at the team total, it's set for 108. So they're adding 9 points higher than the implied total. Usually it is. So there's a big difference. Boston has gone over 108 65 times this season.
Yeah, and also, too, you're looking at a situation here where you got both teams healthy, right? Embiid in the lineup here, although some are wondering how, it's coming off that injury. And, of course, you're going to have a Boston team, again, with Smart in the lineup, Tatum and Brown both healthy. So you're going to have two healthy clubs going at it here.
Yeah, they were shooting the threes a lot. Philly just had a bad night the other night because Philly's averaging 115 points a game, too. So I'm thinking probably 115, 112. I see it way over 213. I mean, that's a low line.
Yeah,
low. It was 214 now. When I was studying, it was 213. So it's going to be on the up. It'll probably be 215 by tomorrow.
Yeah, there's some 213s out there as we film here. The sharpest book in the world has 214.5, and you're seeing sharp money come over. Even though Philadelphia played at a very slow pace here against the Brooklyn Nets, so a lot of this data, when you look at the playoff data, is factoring in a lot of those Nets series. Those were very slow. They were averaging about 90.5 possessions per game in that series. But Boston, with a really good shooting, the Boston is the top shooting team in the playoffs right now.
They are. Their offense is, like I said, the fourth ranked offense. So they got one of the best offenses in the league right now. And they are shooting a lot of threes. I've noticed they shoot at least 25, 30 threes. Philly's going to have to try to match up with them too, because one team's going to get hot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And remember that pace was fast in Atlanta. They played at a very fast pace there, and they averaged 123 points per 100 possessions in their road games this year in the playoffs. So, that pace really quickened when the Celtics were on the road.
It does. Because I think the only way Boston can probably beat the Celtics is try to run up the court faster before Philly can get their defense set up, So that's what Boston's going to try to do.
All right.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah, bench with bench there, no doubt about that. Both teams have depth on the bench here. Tim's pick here is Celtics 76ers over 214.5 here with the game number 3 of this playoff series. Guys, check out Tony'sPicks.com right now and get on board with Tim's plays. As you put his record up there, he's been really hot in the NBA. 749 units of profit last 3 days in the NBA. So get on board with Tim Irwin over at Tony'sPicks.com and make some money. All right, let's continue on here on our show here. Joined by Tim Irwin here as we go over the games with Tim here on Tony'sPicks.com. We'll get ready to cue the next game up here for you, Tim, as we're going to look here at the one everyone's talking about here, right? So this Suns and Nuggets game is a really interesting one here, as we'll bring in as we continue here with the Nuggets and Suns, joined by Tim Irwin. Find his plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, Tim, in this one, the Nuggets up 2-0 in this series. They're going to be getting 4 points. Suns favored 4 in this one. The total sits here 225. Injury news. We all saw the groin issue with Paul. He left the court in the third quarter in game 2. He's listed as doubtful, and most likely they said, I think the latest news was they were going to wait a week to evaluate him.
That's the same thing I was doing research. I guess he's not going to play until game 5 or game 6 from what I've been studying right now. I found the same thing out.
Yeah, so that's
He probably,
a big hit there, and we've seen this history with Paul get hurt back in his Clipper days, right?
yeah, he's getting old, and when he does, for the injury he did, he's going to take a day or two to get back on his feet. I don't see him playing in Game 3,
Yeah, it's going to be a
and that's
big.
going to be a big thing. Yeah, because Denver wants to split the gas, and they just want to coast into the finals. If they win Game 3, they're just going to coast right into the finals.
Yep, they'll be in a great spot if they go up 3-0 here again with no. And we've seen Durant get swept in the playoffs before, so it's not a situation. The issue there here in Game 2 is that Phoenix bench, and I was talking about this on another show here. I was concerned here. Remember when they made that trade to get Durant? They gave up a lot of depth. They gave a lot of their bench scoring. You know, in that game 2, I believe it was just 4 points coming from that Phoenix bench, and that's to me a big concern in the series.
Definitely with Chris Paul out, they don't have very much depth, and I don't know where they're going to get the points. They're going to have to the bench is going to have to pick up. And with Denver, it's got Denver's got a good defense. They should be able to shut them down now, because now Durant's going to be forced to be a point guard, and he's not going to be able to rebound. So now they're going to have somebody else get the boards now. It's going to put Phoenix in a rough spot.
Yeah, so you like in this one, the Nuggets taking, you want to take the 4 points here against the Suns.
Yeah, I think they win the game outright. I might sprinkle on both, but I would take the 4 points right now, because that might drop before tomorrow.
All right, we're looking here at the Nuggets here, +4 against the Suns.
I got some good player props too, but also just a good rebound. Yeah, if you want to do I found a player prop yesterday that it'll hit on this game I've been studying. Jokic for 25+ points, Kevin Durant for 5 rebounds, DeAndre Ayton for 15+ points, and Aaron Golden for +15 points. It's +500 right now.
There you go.
Can take a shot with it. Or you can even buy it down a couple points and it's +200, because I might even do an alternate line like on DeAndre Ayton over 12 points maybe, because I guarantee he'll get over 12. He's probably going to go over 15 now with Chris Paul not in there. They're going to have to get more points now from somebody.
Yeah, they have to get it, because that bench is really thin. We just saw, like we said, only 4 points out of that bench there in Game 1. No Paul. One thing I remembered with Paul, no defense. I remember back when he was missing, they missed play for an extended period during the season, and we saw that the Suns struggled defensively without Paul in the lineup.
They definitely do. It could go over too, but like you said, where's Phoenix going to get the points away? I want to see how that goes, But I'd rather just take the point spread with the Nuggets. I see them blowing them out.
All right, now we're seeing
so they can just coast right in there.
All right, we're seeing that Tim here. Okay.
Nuggets in 5. That's my prediction.
They might let them
win. Yeah, they might let them win Game 4 just so they can go back and. Because they don't want to be too far away from the Lakers. I see the Lakers series going to 6 or 7. That's going to be
that has a look of a long one. Yeah, it has a look of a long one, no doubt about that. And of course, remember the Nuggets did drop that Game 4 at Minnesota. They got that win to go up 3-0. Of course, they got that. They closed out the Timberwolves back at home here. Tim sees this going the same way here. Likes the Nuggets here in game number 3. Take the points +4 against the Suns. This one have a start time 10 p.m. Eastern time over on ESPN. All right, Tim, let's take a look over at Tony's picks right now. As we mentioned before, you've had a fantastic NBA season, 749 units of profit in the NBA for 2023. Of course, on Friday, we go into Friday's action. We're going to have a lot of action from baseball, so we'll have all 15 games from baseball, the 2 NBA playoffs. We'll have some hockey. What we plan having over on the site for sale?
Saturday, I'm going to try to do a UFC special, because I have been right now. I have a record of I think 12-3 the past 15 plays on UFC. Saturday, I found a good fight with the Sterling Marte pay-per-view. This is going to be. I'm probably not going to do the main event one, because that's going to be 2 champions against each other. But I found a couple other fights in that pay-per-view that I know I got some good wins in that one. There's some soft lines right now.
All right,
UFC. Not too many people are betting that. And then I'll be attacking NBA, I'll be watching that Knicks series and the Lakers, all the playoff series all weekend.
Take a look at this here. If you go over to Tim's handicapper page, click the link in the description, click the All Cappers tab. Look at the MMA here. 809 units of profit here from Tim in the MMA. Also NBA, you can see it documented 749 units of profit. Also delving into some of these matchups in the auto as well. So I got a lot of good action there from Tim. Of course, you get those long-term passes, that 3, 7, or 30 All Sports pass. You get that 3-day pass, hammer the books with that 3-day pass, get all of Tim's premium plays for 3 days, includes all his plays here from NBA. If he's in action baseball, as well as he gets into action here with UFC, that's also part of that 3-day All Sports Pass. And if he does get into action auto, that's also part of it as well. He's been on fire here on these sports, guys. So get on board. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout to save yourself 20% off. You can access Tim's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and then you'll land right on Tim's page. Go ahead and get signed up. All right, Tim, as always, great having you on the show. I know that lots of action coming up this week. Let's let everybody know a little bit about your background. We see you like to handicap MMA. You also like to handicap some of the auto races, the matchups that we have up there. What else you like to do?
I'm a player prop guy. Some days we should put some player props up someday. That'd be awesome.
That's what we're working on. Yep.
Baseball, I've been studying, and then we got the women NBA coming up, so that's going to be exciting. We got that new player coming. It's going to be there's some new players coming from the college, so it's going to be interesting this year. I think New York Liberty is going to be a real good team this year. They were covering spreads last year, and we just got to watch the first couple of weeks. You got the defending Las Vegas Ace. They're going to be good.
Yep, that's right. We document WNBA, and we'll have definitely picks from Tim there. WNBA. We're working on getting the props in there as well. You play a bit of the horses.
That's one thing I am not too familiar with, boss.
Gotcha.
I'm basically a NASCAR guy.
Yeah, NASCAR, right? Nice. Well, what's coming up in NASCAR? So I know you post a lot of your matchups, and we may have fans out there of NASCAR that buy your long-term passes. What's coming up?
We have a couple of 1 mile tracks coming up, so I'm going to do some studying and some research because NASCAR's been up and down lately. The last couple of weeks, I haven't been having I knew Martin Truex was going to win this weekend, but I couldn't put it up there late because it rained this weekend. So NASCAR, you have to kind of wait and see the weather. So I'm just I got a couple tracks coming up that I study. I'm real good with my hometown track, Watkins Glen, in August. Road racing tracks coming up. I'll be doing some more NASCAR research. Right now, I've been studying a lot on the playoffs, so it's kind of hard to watch the race.
Gotcha.
When you're watching the NBA playoff game right now. I love the playoff. When there's a playoff game, I can't watch the race.
Yeah, I know. I got you. Whenever you get the time, when you get the time, of course, they'll start to whittle down the teams in the next round because when we get to those one game a night, right? When we get to the conference champions, that's when we get one game a night. Then we get to the finals, and then it's every other night. So, yeah, there'll be a lot of action in the summer. And, of course, that will lead us into football with college football. And then what are your thoughts on the NFL draft?
The NFL draft was pretty exciting this year. There's going to be a lot of good quarterbacks coming in the draft. I like that. I seen the Eagles picked up a lot of defensive players. The Eagles are going to be good. It's just going to be exciting to see the Jets got Aaron Rodgers. Wow, the New York Jets could possibly win the Super Bowl this year. That might be interesting. They're going to contest with the Bills. It's going to be a good season this year.
And, of course, college football, those transfer portals, a lot going on. We know Deion's in the news and whatnot. But what conferences do you kind of focus on? And I know we're still about maybe 3 months away from discussing college football, but just let everybody know about your service here. What conferences do you follow in college football?
I study them all. Basically, I'm a Big East guy up in Northeast games. I like Clemson's division, ACC. But I can study them all. I can, whatever team's hot, I look for the hot and the value teams out there.
Yeah, under the radar teams, sometimes small conferences as well, because there's so many games up there with about 100 plus conferences up there. That's Tim Irwin,
guys. You gotta
look
for them big dogs, because in college you gotta look for them big dogs. There's always a big underdog out there. You just gotta look for it.
Yeah, we see it a lot in those SEC games, especially the conference games. Those dogs come in a lot because they usually put those high-profile teams. They're usually competitive games there, so something to keep an eye on. So some good underdog plays here from certain moments. So looking forward here for the summer with Tim, and then we get to the fall, before early fall, late summer. Then we get into football, and we're visiting with Tim throughout the summer, and then we're looking forward to football when it comes here in the fall. All right, Tim, as always, What else you got?
Basically, I was going to say one more thing about NASCAR because NASCAR has the playoffs. And I think some of the hot drivers will start winning in July, in June, and August when they want to get into the playoff round. Because all you got to do is win to get into playoffs in NASCAR. So we'll see like Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, all the good drivers probably start winning in the middle of the summer. So, and I'll be studying and looking for when Chase Elliott runs good. He's one of my favorite drivers to bet on.
Yep, they call it the chase, right, for the getting that playoffs. It's 16, right?
Yep, the chase for That's all you gotta do is win. It's good to promote NASCAR and UFC because I watch them for the weekends, and I do look for like baseball and football. I'm excited. I can't wait till football season. It's going to be a good year,
Oh,
boss.
that's right. That's right. We're a great year, and of course, we're keeping busy in the summer because you said WNBA, the NASCAR. Some folks like the golf matchups up there. There's something for everybody here at TonySpeaks.com. So you guys make sure you keep an eye on Tim Irwin.
Yeah, definitely, boss.
You got it. All right, Tim Irwin here on the show, guys. Thanks for joining us, Tim. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you later, boss. Yep.
Yeah, Tim Irwin here, guys, join here on the show. Guys, make sure you visit his profile page over at TonySpeaks.com. All you got to do is click the link you see there in the description, click the All Cappers tab, hit Tim, and you're there and get signed up. Talk to you guys soon.